I just remember I was like, why in the world did I think about him? What's because I mean I don't normally think about the guy, and I don't normally, I've moved past, the situation, from back then. So I mean, it's not something that I really think about. That's why I was like, wow, that came out of left field.
Out
That
of
was just,
nowhere. Yeah.
really, yeah, out of nowhere thinking about this guy. So yeah, I was just done just trying to figure that out. I was like, this is really odd. And then that's whenever, the supernatural part of the discussion is something wrong. Do I need to call him? I mean, even
Right.
though we're,
Yeah.
we're not technically, we're not friends anymore, but I don't want any harm on the guy. I wish the guy the best, and I'm
Yeah.
like, is this something I need to, reach out to him and just, let him know I hope he's doing okay or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And that would be, I mean, if it's not too personal, did you end up taking any action as a result of the dream? I mean,
I didn't. Now we do have a mutual that I talk to, and I'll slip in. Hey, how's so and so doing? Okay, all right, good deal. I did do that. I
okay.
did do a little casual little while I was having a conversation. Hey, so and so's doing all right. Okay, good deal. All right, good.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. So
Now,
it didn't drive you driven to reconnect and, oh, I got to reach
yeah,
out. I'm so, regretful or
no,
whatever, but you didn't do nothing. So there was enough
no,
motivation in there to say, hey, I dreamed about him. How's he doing? And
yeah,
so
yeah.
there's a very superficial,
Now I didn't tell him
simple.
I dreamed. I didn't tell him I dreamed.
You did tell him or
I
you did
just
not
I didn't tell our mutual. I just kind of like, hey, how's he doing? Okay, cool. Now
casually
I'm
drop
good.
it. Yeah.
You
And
know,
then,
I mean, because
I was just going to say that's you needed to satisfy your own curiosity that he was okay at least. Cause yeah, as you were saying, you don't wish harm on him.
as long as
But
it
not enough
wasn't
to
something like
reconnect
big giant news, this guy should know. Now,
for
granted,
sure.
if dude's toes fell off, he may not have told anybody. So, but
Yeah.
as long as it's not something crazy, something big that this guy would have known.
Yeah,
So
he's not in
there,
the
I can
hospital from a car crash. He's not
exactly.
getting a divorce or whatever. I mean, it's no big news.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. So I mean, the very superficial level analysis would be you hadn't thought about your friend in a while. You wondered, is he okay? And so you had this dream saying, I remember when we got along, and um, I miss that, and I hope he's okay. And so we could say that's the end all be all of it. And it's a very contained little box, and it gave you enough motivation to say, yeah, I'm going to at least call and find out. Um, even if we took that as the sum total of it, which may or may not be, there's still why that dream about that guy at that time. What even brought that back to mind? And that's usually related to the circumstances that you got going on. So before we go too far, and I did too many speculations, going through the what I call the deep dive, we explain it again. We try and go step by step. We try and get a little bit more of the word pictures going on. Did anything suddenly occur to you? Any connections put together? Any whoa moments? Anything?
Hmm. I mean, any what with with him?
Just during me talking back and throwing out some ideas and putting little
Well, I mean,
bugs in your
I'll be
ear.
honest with the one thing that when you brought up me worrying about bonding with my children,
Yeah,
that was a a light went off there because, like I said, there's something there that connects that I constantly trying to figure out a way to relate with my kids to have that relationship because that is very important to me.
for
So
sure.
that is something I think about. So that was definitely a whoa moment in your description.
Yeah, and there may have been some recent experience either you'd made an attempt to connect in a way that failed, or you are feeling guilty because you didn't obsess. I say that on purpose, but obsess enough about how to make a connection, and this free floating anxiety. Am I working hard enough? How do I know if I'm working hard enough? How do I know if I'm succeeding? Um,
And also, being an entertainer, you're on the road so much and you're away from your kids.
Yeah,
So there's that worry that I carry around with me, and there's a sense of guilt and some things. So
for sure. And
yeah,
did this dream occur to you while you were on the road recently, or was it at home?
no, no, this was at home though. This is the
Okay.
dream that I had at home.
Gotcha, gotcha. And either one could make sense. You are absent, you're on the road, you have this dream. I'm not with my kids. But this was even maybe another level or a different kind of experience of I'm even home now, and I'm still kind of having this concern. Um, and where I'm going with all this to kind of try and bring it together is there's perhaps a reason. Well, there's always a reason, even if we don't know what it is, but perhaps a reason that that relationship with that friend that you had since you were kids fell apart. And it could be any number of reasons, and you don't have to get too specific. It's all kind of personal business. This is all personal business, but there may have been a connection there as well of you looking at how do I make sure that mistake, that circumstance doesn't happen in a way that impacts my relationship with my kids. I don't want to fall out of touch with them. I don't want to have a falling out with my kids because I wasn't engaged with them enough. Right? Looking at it, putting all those pieces together, does something come to